What's the crack, Lee? You alright?
I'm good, are you?
Yeah, good man, it's been a while.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Do you know it's nearly a year?
Since you were here last.
Yeah, nearly a year since I was here last.
What we do the last time?
Oh, blimey. Do you know what? I can't remember what we did last. Which was the last Tenerife one that I did?
Oh, yeah, well, that whole thing with the restaurant we went to and all the drama around it, that was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we did... we went and did that $9.99 El Tahar 2.
Yeah, we did the turtle place as well.
We did the turtle place.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we had a good time, and obviously you've been travelling all over the place. And excuse if I'm a bit distracted while we're getting out of, we're in Kaya Slovakia at the moment. We get a nice bit of open road and it'll be a bit easier to talk. Yeah, so a lot has changed since you're here last. How many subscribers did you have, like, when you came here firstly? It was
What,
like 50,
initially?
the first kind of, like, before I met you, you kind of came to Tenerife, and it was during, you know, at the end of kind of lockdown where you could actually get over here.
I think I was about 10,000 subscribers
Wow.
when I first came in, maybe just underneath 10,000 subscribers. I'm now at 206,000 subscribers.
That's unreal, man. Unreal. And the last time you were here, I think I think you said, no, last time you were here, if I remember correctly, you celebrated the 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, got 100,000. So I've had another 100,000 since then.
Wow.
On top, and I have to say that's due to the electric car videos, because obviously I'm anti-electric car.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute. We'll have a conversation about
I'm in a hybrid. You're driving on electric at the moment, so kind of grinds against my beliefs. But yours is a hybrid, which is
plug-in hybrid. It's got a
hybrid.
2-litre petrol engine.
Yeah.
And it's got plug-in hybrid as well. But I don't think I would go all electric. But we're going to get touch on that one in a little while. I guess one of the questions I have here, like, is, you know, what made you come into like YouTube and being a YouTuber
Initially.
Yeah.
Well, it was way back in Hoboken, in New Jersey, in America, where I had my apartment. I've always been filming since I was, blimey, 4, 5, 6 year old with my dad's cine camera.
I remember I seen a video of you doing an impression of someone. You put it up on the YouTube channel.
On YouTube, yeah.
Who were you doing an impression of?
I think it was Kenny Everett or something.
Yeah, it was
back
quite
in the
funny.
days.
You kind of come across as like you enjoyed that camera.
Being in front of the camera,
Yeah.
but I really liked being behind the camera as well.
Yeah.
And then I went over to the States. I was a graphic designer, so I was doing graphic design, but I really loved doing video. I've always loved doing video.
Yeah.
I'd done film as well and photography, but I never really see I don't get the same enjoyment out of photography, because a photograph gives you a moment in time, whereas a video gives you the experience and every moment of that experience, so you can relive it. And now with Apple Vision Pros, etc., you can actually go immersed in it.
Yeah.
So it's as if people are actually there again. So I love video. And then a friend of mine said, why don't you just do it full time? Why don't you start doing it and go into it and set up a YouTube channel? I was watching Casey Neistat.
Yeah. I know he's kind of one of the people you kind of look at, and you're one of your biggest influences, no?
Massive influence. I think without Casey Neistat, I don't think I would have done YouTube. And it started off where I think initially I'd copied him exact, and then you morph into your own style.
Yeah.
So, he doesn't run around going, now they're my friends kind of thing.
But that's evolved as well, your style, hasn't it?
Yeah, it evolved. So, Casey's admitted a lot of his style copied off of different people, but then you mould it into your own. Nothing's original.
Yeah.
So I went from there, and then when I came over to Tenerife, I came over with Sarah and Harriet, and I did a video. I went off while she was sunbathing, I did a video, and then that took off. I got about 30,000 views. And then I thought, I'm onto something here, so I came back again.
Yeah.
And I did the €1 pint and a bag of fish and chips.
Huge, that, I think, wasn't
And it just went mad. And then lockdown hit. You called me, and we did, everything. So I became Mr. Tenerife kind of thing, which is what I never wanted to do. And I've managed now, thankfully, to get away from that and go, different places now in the world and not just be associated with Tenerife. But that's not to take away from the people that watch me initially.
Yeah.
I will always be thankful to the initial viewers who watched me in Tenerife, and I hope at the time it brought them lots of enjoyment at a time where people couldn't really enjoy themselves because they were locked down.
I think so. I mean, the people I've spoken to, like, have always said to me, like, they're very grateful for the fact that, you know, that Tenerife would have been one of their destinations and they couldn't get here, and watching the videos kind of brought some sunshine into their houses, which is always a good thing. You know, there was, you know, that was a huge part of your early kind of following, and we talked about it earlier on, that now your channel has kind of evolved into huge following because the whole electric cars thing, you know, and your stand on electric cars. And
I was looking at the figures because I check all the figures on it, and it's about 83% of my channel are subscribed due to the electric car videos.
Wow.
So, but then from there, and I have asked this question, the people who initially subscribed for my electric cars have gone, well, I subscribed to you for your electric cars, but I love watching your flight videos.
Yeah.
So it pulls them in initially, because there's only so much you can say about electric cars, and how many times you can moan about them. You know, so I try and just drop them in and just keep everybody happy. But going back to Tenerife, what I found really heartwarming was the fact that in a time where businesses were locked down and they were coming out of lockdown and they were finding it difficult because they'd been having to pay furlough, etc., and there was on the brink of going under, and it was helping. I'd gone to the different restaurants and helping them out and getting holidaymakers back.
My business as well. You gave my business a huge boost, which I'm eternally grateful for, 100%. Like,
and it's great. It works both ways, but it was nice to help businesses out, and I enjoyed it. It was fantastic, and I'll always remember Tenerife like that. But I will never film here again. I've filmed my journey here, and I'll be filming my journey back a little bit at your Chillbox restaurant on the way back. But that's it. I'll never film here again.
I have to say it's a shame. I hope that changes at some stage. I've tried to convince you early on, but I'm not going to try and convince you.
No.
So I know another part of your kind of journey on vlogging was food and English breakfast, and we talked about it. You got yourself into a bit about it. What channel?
Lucy, the Benidorm enthusiast, said, "Have you got any secrets?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm not really that keen on full English breakfasts." And I got in the comments, "He's a liar. He doesn't like." I'm thinking, it's an act. I mean, I don't hate full English breakfast, but I'm pretty sure anybody with any sense knows I don't eat them every day.
Yeah, but also, like, so if you're like, I'm sure at some stage English breakfast you really enjoyed them, but it became a thing for you. If you're eating English breakfast or on a regular basis, and that's what you're reviewing, there is a point at some stage you're going to think, well, I'm actually really fed up of describing a sausage or beans, or whether the beans should be, because I remember this was a thing when I was whether the beans should be separate or not. I mean, there's a point where you're going to get fed up of doing that, like, and it becomes something that you don't enjoy.
Repetitive. It's Groundhog Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'll give credit to my partner Sarah. She said, "Oh, you should have avocado on a nice sourdough toast," this is what I said on Lucy's channel, and have a nice poached egg on it with a tomato, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's more healthy, and I enjoy that more than a full English. Although I do have I'm a bit partial to a bent sausage, I have to say.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But that's fair enough. I think the slagging you got. I mean, I think I'd get fed up if I was eating English breakfast all the time and doing reviews on English breakfast. And
I will say though, I don't get fed up with fish and chips.
Well, that's good.
I could eat them until they come out my ears.
I do like good fish and chips, 100%. And so, obviously, for anyone out there watching, I'm sure you can understand how someone might get fed up with eating, English breakfast all the time. Anyways, moving on away from the English breakfast.
Yeah, we'll move away.
Yeah, well, just be careful about that. So the thing that has become a big kind of talk point, and we talked about it last night, is the whole thing. You're kind of going to war with Starmer and on the whole EV cars, and when did that start? When did you decide that was going to be? Because I remember you buying the Porsche Taycan, you sent me a photograph of it and all that, and then now it's like a thing that you're literally slagging off electric cars.
I've been warned,
Yeah.
and this is not clickbait, by a friend of mine who's in the motor industry, who said, I'm just letting you know that you need to be careful because they're going to silence you eventually because you're having a negative impact on the sales of electric cars. Now, I said, good. And they said, but yeah, but obviously freedom of speech with Starmer at the moment,
Yeah.
they're going to try and put in place where they're calling it misinformation.
Right.
Well, it's not misinformation. I'm giving you a true representation of what it's like to own an electric car.
Yeah.
And I've put a video out. I said, I dare you to arrest me, Starmer. I'm willing to go to prison.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go to prison to stop the agenda being pushed upon us that we all must drive electric cars, because the reality of it is none of us will be going anywhere because it just won't work. It does not work. And I have nothing against electric cars. If you want one, have one. But what I won't have is the government saying you have to have an electric car and there will be no internal combustion engines. Have them all. It's choice, and we're having the choice taken away from us. And I say to Starmer and to Miliband, I dare you to arrest me. I dare you, because all that'll do is push my message further.
Yeah. So but like what? Like, so if I asked you about the Porsche, what is it that bugs you the most? Kind of the things that put you off electric cars? Is it the infrastructure? Is it the cars themselves? The range? Like, what exactly is it that kind of kicked you off with this? Because initially, like, I don't think it was something that you really thought about much.
I found it when I first had it.
Yeah.
The car was handed over to me. The infrastructure wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. You was wasting so much time hanging around waiting for your car to charge.
Yeah.
And if you work it out on a scale of, you're only on the earth for so long.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be wasting 40 minutes each day or wherever how far you travel, waiting for your car to charge. The idea of having a car is there to get you from A to B in the most efficient way and the quickest way and the most enjoyable way, and that is not in an electric car.
Look. So the car that we're in now is plug-in hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it first, and I would never switch to whole electric anyways for now, because I personally don't think the infrastructure's there. I've kind of experienced it, like how hard it is to kind of, on this island anyways. I'm going to speak for Tenerife. Like, I bought this and I thought, right, I'll use the electric as much as I can, you know. And the Land Rover said to me, we'll give you a free wall charger, yeah. And then I went to the community and they said, no, you can't have it. And now we can have it, but it's too late because they're not giving it to me free anymore. But there's a lady in there who has one now from Mercedes, so I'm using her one and giving her money towards it. But before that, I found it near impossible to go anywhere to get a charge, and as it was only one decent charger, that any other charger would take 3 hours to charge, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting 26 kilometers out of that, yeah, because it's a plug-in hybrid. But it reduces my petrol use. Now I charge it at home. It's not a big issue because I'll go home, plug it in, and I get up in the morning, it's charged, and I still use partial petrol, but my petrol lasts a lot longer. But like, even to kind of get myself set up to be able to charge in public, I had to get this card, I had to do all these things, like
Exactly.
And I was just like, this is an absolute headache. They're not making it easy, like.
They're not making it easy, and I still ask this question.
So I messaged you, do you remember when I had it? I was like,
and you were
this
like,
is doing my
how
head
do you
in.
do it? It doesn't make any sense. And the powers that be are telling us to drive electric cars. Well, they're in gas guzzling Range Rovers that aren't hybrids and aren't electric.
What's the reason?
Control.
But why are they not driving electric cars?
Because they don't work. They know they don't work. Now, people have said to me, oh, it's because they're armour plated, and if they were electric, they'd be too heavy. So I said, all right then, so past 2035 then, they're going to get shot because they're not going to be able to have armour plated.
But more importantly, why, like, so this is something I always wonder, right? Like, if your people love you, yeah?
Yeah.
And they've elected you in, and they want you to be in position, why would they want to kill you? So, like, you know, why are these, like, driving around? I know it's obviously they're not completely voted in, there is crazy people out there, but you know, a leader should be loved by his people and lead his people, not people hiding behind armoured vehicles, you know what I mean? So
I think with leaders, whoever you get in, they're always going to be hated by someone.
yeah, that's
Because nobody's ever going to have, you know, the same beliefs. But I think with Starmer, everyone, I don't know anybody that likes him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because he's come in. I'm not political either way. My beliefs are, I know you viewers will probably think I'm a conspiracy theorist, I think they're all controlled by the same people who are up here, and they're just puppets. That's it.
I tend to agree with you in a lot of cases. They're puppets. I mean, the thing that I couldn't believe when Starmer was, I seen him, I don't want to quote the exact words, but what he was saying was, if you don't like it, you know where the door is.
The door, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that come out of someone who's leading the country, and I was just like, you know, it says a lot about what people probably think of you, you know. So
somebody went, "Oh, you're a conservative." Like, no, I'm not. I took the mickey out of Little Rishi, I used to call him, when he was leader, and I just think that we need to just get rid of them all and have some
common sense,
and it's crackers. But as for electric cars, I've put a video out recently where I've had a letter from Porsche that car's had more recalls because it's the motor manufacturing industry that we're going to lose.
Yeah,
we're losing the motor industry and the manufacturing industry because they're trying to scrabble together, and we've got to make electric cars, and they don't particularly want to. They spent years doing, you know, like Porsche have got fantastic engines that are some of the best in the world, but now they've had to come out with a battery operated car that's had more recalls than Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just,
what was the letter they sent you?
I can tell you. I read it on my channel, and basically it says that they're recalling it because there's a fault in there could be a short circuit in the batteries in the cells, so they've got to recall it back in to check it, put some software on it, and also it says on it, and I'm not joking, do not park it near buildings or inside a garage.
Are you serious?
Serious.
And has that gone in?
That's come out.
When did you get that? When did you get that letter?
Like, well, the letters are starting to go out on the Taycan forums. It was out in America first.
Yeah.
Now Porsche UK is sending them out. And there was one, I'll be getting mine soon. Everyone's starting to get in them. I've just looked on the forums, and they put a picture of it up. Don't park your car near buildings because it.
Where's your park?
Where are you going to park it? These cars, in my opinion, are not fit for purpose.
So. Yeah, but your car is parked at home now, probably near.
My car at the moment is at Luton Airport, so which is where they had a fire.
No way.
Yeah, it was a Land Rover, by the way, apparently a hybrid that set on fire. So which is like this. So and it was the battery that went on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, honestly, it is not the way to go.
Like, does it happen when it's charging, or is it just happening sitting there doing nothing?
I think it's when it's charging that the issue is.
They get overheated.
And they're telling me now not to charge it more than 80%. But anyway, let's move on from electric cars anyway, because I could talk all day about electric cars and all day about Starmer should just go and do one, because I mean he's just, what a prat he is. I mean he's just an idiot. But they all are. They're all the same.
So okay, so you've done electric cars, you've done breakfast, you've kind of given up on coming over here and doing videos.
I will not film here again.
So where do you see the channel in, this is like an interview or something, like where do you see the channel going? Like what's your vision for the MacMaster and the channel going forward?
And the channel.
Or do you have one, or you just?
I have a vision. Yeah, I have a vision.
Have a dream.
I have a dream. I just doing it 2 or 3 times a week for a little bit of fun and a little bit of, you know, income and whatever. My pension I get at the end of this year. I just want to spend more time with the family, to be honest, and my little boy and my little girl and my grandchildren. Yeah. Because I'm not getting any younger, and there's only so many times you can go, now they're my friends, here's some beans and a sausage, and electric cars are rubbish. And I have to say, I've done so many flights. I mean, I've flown over here now for a day, then I fly back to Luton, and then I fly to New York.
Crazy.
The next day I get back.
It's tiring though. Like so, do you get a lot of jet lag?
I don't get jet lag because I'm always filming. But what I find is that you'll understand this because I'm daily vlogging.
Yeah.
you don't. It's got a bit dark, hasn't it? There we go.
Yeah, there you go. We're going through a tunnel. Sorry about that, guys.
We're back. You don't live your life because you're living your life through a lens.
Yeah.
So none of it's real. None of it you can take in, because people said to me, "What was Australia like?" I just can't remember, because I'd filmed every day and edited every day.
Yeah.
And it's just too much. So you don't, you know, it's you don't appreciate what's around you. I want to see things, not through the lens of a camera.
And I get so I've done a little bit of vlogging myself. It's you know, it's a million miles off the level that you've done. But I've always felt when I go out and I say I'm going to do a vlog, you're really always just thinking about, and it's kind of the direction I went with the channel, is I don't want to get into all the editing, over editing, that sort of stuff. I just want to do a journey on the channel, talking about different stuff, talking to you, talking to other people, and just learning, I guess, as well. And for me, like, I know, like, if I went out to do a vlog vlogs I used to thinking about, I'm always thinking about, well, what angle, where should I put the camera? Like, we were just actually with Tim, if you haven't seen his channel before, Living with MS in Tenerife, check it out. We had to do loads of different takes and different shots. He's building a story and making it, and then he's going to edit it all out in the end. Like, you're thinking about that when you're out all the time, so it's that level of not really, it's work.
Yeah, it is.
And then you've got to edit that afterwards, like.
And you've got to edit it. It's like, I've now thinking in my head, I've got to film the beginning of tomorrow's video, and then I've also got to edit the flight over. So I've got about 14 hours to edit that one, because there's nearly 500 clips. So I know from 6 o'clock tonight. We're back.
We are back, and we got cut off by the camera overheating, unfortunately, and must be just the content was so
it had got fed up.
Yeah, unfortunately, just the sun hitting off the GoPro overheated it.
You didn't ask me, by the way, why I'm not filming here again.
I didn't actually. So why are you not filming here again?
First reason.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
You've thrown me off of a mountain. You've tried to drown me in the sea.
Yeah.
You know, you've tried to kill me on quad bikes. I've done everything.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything else that I could do. It's all been done before. I think the island is overrun with YouTubers and vloggers who are doing.
There's a lot of ego in the space as well.
There's a massive ego with people who, and I just don't get it, because at the end of the day, it's like people. I think if you're a YouTuber, I don't think you're famous at all. I just think,
no,
I don't.
But just enjoy it, like.
You just enjoy it.
Why do you have to look at other people?
Yeah,
what they're
and
doing?
they start getting a few subscribers, and their ego goes just, you know, out the window. It's just crazy.
I have to say, it's one of the things I do, like, over the time of basically, you know, hanging around you and doing vlogs with you and getting involved in your vlogs. It's one thing I have to say consistently, you've never changed. You know, you've never kind of gone, you know, whether you had 10,000 subscribers or 200,000 subscribers, you've always been Lee. You've never come across to me in any way like, oh, I'm the big YouTuber and I'm the big man and all this. You've always come across as just a genuine person, and I see you with people that come up and talk to you. You always make the time. You're always decent. And the other thing I'd always say is, like, when someone asks you, would you do a vlog here, or would you help me out, or you literally you do it no problems. And some people took advantage of that. Some people took advantage of your kindness. Some people see that as weakness, and I think, you know, I think it's unfair. And I guess, you know, the one thing I would say about you is you've always been a good friend. You've always, you know, you'd always be there to help if you can, you know, and I appreciate that. Like,
I think with people who watch the channel, when they come up to me, I always think, well, they're really the people that are paying your wages.
Yeah.
You know, without them watching, then there is no channel.
Exactly.
You know, without people listening, there's no voice. So so I think you've got to give them a lot of respect for that, and give them the time back. And I think with helping other YouTubers, I think it's nice, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you helped me an awful lot. I wasn't really going to set up a YouTube channel, and I kind of watched it, I thought it'd be good fun, and I started doing it. And I fell out of love with it because of all that ego and all the stuff that was going on. And
there's a lot of backstabbing on this island.
Yeah, there is a lot of that.
And I just thought, oh, I can't be doing with all that now. I'm 55 next, and I don't need it. It's, you know,
big time. And I mean, for me, like I guess one of the things that's kind of, I've kind of wanted to get back into the YouTube, but I don't want to get involved in all the stuff that surrounds it. I just want to do the videos, and I don't like. I don't know what you think about it. I know you're big into the hearts and the likes, and you spend a lot of your time actually responding to people and all that. I've just decided, I'm like, for this video example, I'm just going to post it and ghost it. I'm not going to read the comments. I don't want to be influenced by other people. I appreciate you putting comments. I appreciate you liking it. I appreciate hearing. Without any doubt, I appreciate all that. I appreciate watching the videos. But personally, I don't have time, number one, to be responding. So this makes it easier for me to do the videos. And secondly, I don't want to be influenced, because one of the things I found hard, and this is the next question I'm going to ask you, like, whether, you know, we're confident to go on the cameras, it doesn't mean we don't have hearts and we're not human and someone's words can hurt us, or the other way, reading all these great comments, you start to think you're this superhero or whatever. You get influenced by the praise or the negativity. I mean, me personally, you know, I went through a lot of stuff over the last couple of years. You lost your mum as well, and you've got a lot of personal stuff going on, and sometimes that stuff puts you at a weakness where you're low in yourself, and someone's comment, just a nasty comment, can just pop out at you, and it just hurts.
I've gone past that.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I look now and I think, well, they're watching it and they're commenting, and that's making me money, so get on with it. I don't care. If you want to call me, then call me. I really got to the point now where I really just don't care. In my mind,
it used to affect you though, because I remember when we used to hang out, sometimes someone would put a comment, it would really, like, there might be 200-300 comments that were like literally praising you, and you would have just,
and you pick up on that one. Now I just think, well, they're just obviously a little bit special. So I think they're making me money, so get on with it. I don't care. And
that's fair play to you, man.
And my mum used to say, and she'd say it in this voice, worry when they're not talking about you.
Yeah,
that's what she used to say. And I think, well, there is that, because if they're not talking about you, then, you know, that's, nobody's watching you.
Exactly.
So it's the same with Hollywood movie stars and whatever. They always say, don't read the bad reviews. You know, it's they get bad reviews or whatever on theatres. I think, well, whatever, let them get on with it. At least they're watching it.
Well, I think that was the one of the things I read. Like, you know, anyone who watches my channel knows I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan's, and Joe was like, one of the things he does is he posts and ghosts the videos. So he puts them up and leaves them there and doesn't read the comments. And the way he described it, and I don't know if I said it to you before, was like, if you go to a pick and mix, and all the sweets there, your favourite sweets, but in there's one sweet with poison that makes you really sick, you're going to keep going back to the pick and mix and eating them, and then finding you'll eat the one that has the poison in it. And that's kind of like the comments. You have all these great comments, and then one just messes you up for the day. So I just stopped reading them. I read one by accident the other day, and it was about me not putting comments and people not subscribing anymore because they'll unsubscribe because I'm not replying to the comments.
I love it when people say, I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah.
And I always answer back, great, it's always good to get rid of the dead wood.
Yeah. But it's okay if you
want. I'm crying in my milk because I've lost a subscriber. If you don't want to watch and you want to, why tell me that you... I don't get that. It's like, I've unsubscribed from channels. I think, I've unsubscribed from you. What?
Yeah, it is a bit of a strange one, isn't it?
So what? Just, you know, what do you want?
Unsubscribe and go and watch someone else? Have a great day.
Is it because they want to have some kind of recognition? Oh, you know.
I think a lot of it is, like, boils down to, like, I can't remember what, I was listening to a podcast and the guy was talking about exactly that, and he says he's seen this person constantly leaving positive comments and wasn't getting a reply.
Right.
But then left a negative comment, got the reply. So it could be partially to do with exactly what you're saying. They want the attention. They want you to give them the attention. So whatever way that they can get the attention, they'll come and get it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I find it all. I mean, I've gone past all that. I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. If you want to leave negative comments, I've got to the point now, I will say, where initially I was doing it to make a living. I know I need to make a living. I've got, you know, and I'm thankfully now at the point where I'm like, well, I can back off a little bit now. If I don't do it, it doesn't really matter. So I'm not having to do it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
you know, and I'm getting back into the creative side of it as well, and I like that. So, and next year I'll be backing off a little bit more. So, we're backing off to,
And just doing kind of
two or three a week, something like that.
So what are your favourite videos? And like if you were to say, like, what was your favourite type of video doing?
My favourite type of video, cracking. Do you know what? I don't have that much time to watch YouTube, to be fair.
No, but if you're doing a video, like what do you enjoy the most videoing?
Travel.
You just enjoy the flying?
Yeah,
and...
I like doing the travel and the flying, and I love, obviously, New York. That's why I'm buying back in Hoboken and in New Jersey, and I love wandering around the city, capturing day-to-day life and doing that, and having a look and exploring and showing people around. I really like that. I love the flights where you can get some really nice artistic shots. You know, that's what I like. I mean, it's a bit more creative than talking about a bent sausage and how hard the beans are. I always say I'm not a food channel. I'm not a food critic. I try and incorporate everything else into it and have a bit of a laugh, right? There's lots of food channels out there, because some people will go, huh, fast forward to 22 minutes 39 to get to the food. And I think, what a sad git. If you've really got to watch this video just to watch somebody eat egg and bacon and beans, watch the rest of it and have a laugh and having a giggle and meeting people along the way. I meet subscribers along the way and have a chat with them. And, you know, I met the other day, I did one with Angie. We went to the Christmas fair and we had like a Yorkshire pudding wrap, and somebody will put, oh, go to whatever to watch him eat the Yorkshire pudding wrap. But along the way I met 2 subscribers who'd got a Tesla, and we had a right giggle. I got him to say one of us, and I had a right laugh. Watch that. It's all about the giggle and having a laugh and putting a smile on the face, not about eating a bent sausage or baked beans.
I guess people just kind of, it could be cry for attention, or they just, I don't know, I don't get it. So obviously you have to go and do some editing. I've got
to get my laptop out of there. I've got to go and do some editing. So it's good to be back in Tenerife, I have to say. It really is.
Well, it's good to see you here. I'd like to actually do this again. My plan is I'm building a studio at the moment in my office where I can do podcasts. So I'd like to get you back, if you would come next time you're back. Come on the podcast.
100%. And I probably won't be filming a flyover. I'll be just having a bit of a holiday or something like that.
It'd be nice to get you on there and have a conversation. Maybe get Carl on there as well, and we just have a bit of banter. I guess the kind of parting question, because we didn't go. I'd like to go deeper with you on other stuff, like. But I guess the parting question I'd like to ask you, if you were to say to any aspiring YouTuber out there, a young person who's going around with a gimbal in their hand, what advice would you give? Because I know if anyone came to me and says, I want to, you know, get up to the level that Lee's known, I know what I would say, but I would be interested what you would say.
I'd say, don't do it just for the money.
Yeah.
Don't, if you're doing it just for the money, then you're in the wrong game.
Yeah.
And if you think you're going to get 1,000 subscribers overnight, then that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and if they come to me, I could help them out. I said, I can help you out, but I had nobody to help me out.
Yeah, I know. That you built it from nothing.
I had to do it myself. So you get that enjoyment, and you get the what's the word I'm looking for? You get the fulfillment. The fulfillment of actually doing it yourself. Pick up a camera, do it for the love of it. Don't worry about don't worry about the comments. Don't worry about people liking it. And if you only get 2 or 3, don't expect to get, oh, I haven't got 100 views. You might only get 1 or 2 or 3 views. It doesn't matter. Do it for yourself and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Because if you throw enough mud against the wall, some of it's going to stick. You've got to keep doing it. I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And if you look back at my very first video, I was so shy in front of the camera.
I've seen it, yeah.
Really, I was like, oh, you know, and this is the, and I didn't know. Keep doing it and you'll mold into something, and you'll, if you keep doing it for long enough, you'll succeed, and that's it. Just do it. Pick up a camera and do it.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I've seen with you, like, over anyone that, well, there's another vlogger that I've met personally, like, that are really kind of, both your channels are like, he's gone over 500,000 or something like that. Yeah, Walk With Me Tim,
yeah.
And his channel's blown up. But what I've seen with both of you, 2 things. First thing is, you're consistently working. Your vlogs are really well edited, and you literally, both of you could be on TV. But for you, when I watch it, is you're always putting videos out consistently,
every day,
which
every
is
day. Film,
something
edit,
I'm
film,
terrible
edit.
at.
Because somebody said the other day, what do you do for a real job? And I thought, if you only knew the amount of time and hours that I put in.
But they only see the video. They don't understand, like, you might have taken 3 shots at this point, 3 shots at this. You're trying to get all the shots and then all the time edit it. They don't see that. I understand it. Anyone who's done it understand it. It's not like there's magically 6 cameras set up around you. You've got a whole film crew around you and you're sitting there. Lee does the videos, he creates the shots, and he edits them. He doesn't have a team of editors and cameramen around him. Like the lads that are on TV, they go in. So that basically shows reality. The GoPro switched off, and like all I wanted to say is I understand the amount of effort that you put into creating your channel, the work that you put in, the graphic design, the thumbnails, all that goes into it. It's not by accident. And like anyone who's on TV, they've literally got a whole crew around them doing that for them. You're literally like a full television channel from one man. You're doing everything. So, you know, that's what I would say is if you want to do it, it's not, you got to love it firstly, but it's not like instant gratification. You have to work hard. And that's one thing that Lee's always done. And he always makes time for me, which I genuinely appreciate, coming on the videos there. 'Cause I'm really good consistency when it comes to my business, my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, it has to come kind of second to everything, or even third or fourth, because I've got a business, I've got things to run, but I do enjoy it. I have so many fond memories of hanging out after the lockdown when we went up and mount on scooters, all that stuff, you know what I mean?
I know your arm's going to ache in a minute, I should keep talking. When we did the scooters, the 215s, was it?
It was the 125s.
125s, that's it. That was a fantastic time. In fact, they were some of the best. I'll say with my mum first. My mum's videos,
100%, yeah.
Because I look back on them and I watch my mum's videos, you know, because I miss her dearly. But the ones the fun ones where we went around the island on the 125s, and it was great. It was like reliving an episode of, you know, Top Gear or whatever,
something like that,
because we were together. It was a camaraderie, and people, you know, we found we put out where we were going to stay.
Yeah, that was gas. We found Wendy and I'm really sorry, Martin and Wendy.
That's it.
Completely went blank, apologies there. Should know that's my second name, Martin. But yeah, I just remember that was such a laugh, like. And like it is,
we found out that they gave up their beds for us.
Yeah, we didn't know that night. We kind of next morning we got up and they'd made a bed on the floor, and lovely people. And I guess that whole time I've really fond memories, and it makes me want to kind of say, Lee, let's take a week out next year and let's tour Europe a bit.
See, I'd love to do that now, because next year I won't be having to do every daily vlogging. I think sort of like.
Let's make it a promise.
Let's do it. We're on.
Let's make it a promise, because we keep saying it. Let's just book it.
Let's book it and do it.
Let's plan it over the next couple of weeks that we're going to go. Next year we're going to do a week somewhere in Europe.
And we just
in an electric car.
Right, you're on.
For the crack.
We won't get very far in an electric car though, will we?
No, yeah, but it'll give us more things to whine about.
It will.
Bro, I appreciate it.
Thank you too.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, and give him a thumbs up, you know?
And maybe subscribe if you want.
Subscribe.
I'm just trying to be Dan. See you later, guys. Thanks very much.